Hello and welcome to my series on being creative with generative AI. My name's Cameron. I am not a creative person, but I feel AI can help me become. So I will be testing out lots of different tools to create different content, be it text, media, videos, code, all of those different things. And I'll be testing out a different tool every week, seeing how it goes. I will only have 1 hour to test out the tool to try creating something, and each week I'll have a different project that I need to work through. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into it for today. Okay, so the first activity today is going to be creating the content for the YouTube channel. So it's things like the name of the series, description of the playlist, all these, the name for this episode, description of the episode, and then also a thumbnail as well. I have a timer up in the top right, and we're going to just jump into it. The tools I'll be using today are Gemini, literally just released yesterday. I unfortunately don't have the paid version as I can't get it within where I am. And then I have ChatGPT 4, which I am paying for. And we will test the two tools to compare to each other and see how it goes. Okay, so let's kick it off. The first thing is we need to set some context for both of the AIs to let them know what we're doing. So let's first start with ChatGPT. Right. And let's put it into Gemini, which used to be Bard, and see how they go. So Gemini is definitely much faster. That's interesting as well. So Gemini, specific tools you're testing, desired media types, content format, your own creative experience, specific questions of interest. Once you provide me with this information, I can help you brainstorm creative prompts, challenges. Okay, so this is helping me more broadly with the whole YouTube channel as a whole. I can also see the different options here. That's cool. And I can get it read aloud. And ChatGPT is still going. Briefly introduce the tools, its potential uses, first impressions. So this is telling me how to do the structure of it. And things like that. That's great. This is good information. I could definitely leverage this. But let's be specific. Let's just try doing all of this at once from our notes. So I'll remember the timer for next time. And let's do that here as well. Okay, so ChatGPT is getting straight to it. Gemini was taking some more time to think. The AI Creators Lab, Genius by AI. So they're both doing all of it at once. Gemini versus ChatGPT and AI Showdown for creative content. That's pretty good. AI Duel, Gemini versus ChatGPT in the creative arena. Look, these are fairly similar, to be honest. Let's see how the images go. So it's showing me the prompt for the image. And this is interesting. I haven't seen that before. And then they didn't give me the image, so they can't do that within the same space. So we'll have to explore that. So this gave me the prompt to use. I wonder if it will create it once I do it. Let's ask, can you now create 5, let's say 4 images that I could use for the thumbnail based on the above. Please make them all different styles. Okay, so they both take a fair amount of time. Wow, that was very quick by Gemini. ChatGPT takes way longer to create images. And you can see these, so if you'll see lots of images like this online, and they look very similar to each other, whereas these ones from Gemini look more realistic. And if I just click generate more. So ChatGPTs generally are more kind of like colorful and creative. Oh, I quite like that. That's really good. Whereas Google's with Gemini, they seem more like realistic and they look quite different. The ChatGPT is taking way longer, but I do prefer their images. Can I ask in a different orientation? Can I get these images as a landscape? I wonder if it will be the same images or different. These aren't in landscape. They are still squares. Those are not landscape. Those are squares. Please take the orientation. And ChatGPT is still going. You can also notice ChatGPT does text, which is quite interesting, whereas it seems Gemini doesn't with its image generation. It just gives gibberish. Yeah. And it goes, apologies, here they're in landscape orientation. Those aren't landscape orientation. Oh well. That's quite a good one. And it's got the spelling correct. That's really well done. But it seems to have also created two, which is interesting. And then it's describing the different styles for me, but it's missed the bullet points. Interesting. Okay. Can you create some with? Can you create these same images, but let's do 1280 by 600 pixels. Let's see. So Gemini has already confirmed it can, and it did not do it. So it can only create squares. It thinks it can do otherwise. But what's interesting to note is that these images are all very similar. So it is able to create and follow on from the conversation to create similar images. Whereas I believe ChatGPTs will be completely different from the ones that they generated. So that's that one. Similar. I wonder what the design will continue to be. Let's see. What is the orientation and size for thumbnail images for YouTube? And can you provide a source? So that's what it is. Does it have a source? It says invalid URL. So it's not providing a source. Very similar images. This is doing, well, ChatGPT is much better. I wonder what the paid version would be in compared with Gemini. Because you can't even create images in ChatGPT. In 3.5 you can't create images. So it's at least with the Gemini one you can get the free version of creating images. And that would also explain the different speeds between the two as well, because they are the lesser version of the two. So this really is not a fair comparison, I have to say, as I'm comparing the lesser versions to each other. But we can then try that after as well and see how that goes. So these images are taking a much longer time. Let's see, hopefully it finishes soon. While we wait for that, let's have a look at the different names of the series. Glitch Art or Masterpiece, Unleashing the Bots, Putting AI Content Creation to the Test. I don't mind that. Let's store that in the notes for the moment. This was pretty cool. These are much cooler images. I do wish that I was able to get the text right like it did last time, but you can see it's at least doing very similar ones. Let's see what happens here. So searching Bing. So just to show you why, like, I can't get the advanced, it says upgrade, and it says I don't have access. So unfortunately, I'm not able to test out that version. So here is the information, the size, the pixels, and does it give me a link that works? No. It also gave me a fake link. So neither AI is actually giving real links. Okay, so now that we know these pixel size, let's take this information and go, I liked the last image. Can you create 5 more that are similar in the following dimensions? Okay, and let's try it with Gemini. Okay, while those run, let's focus on the names and select a name from what we had, because that's fairly standard. You can also do things like put in going, oh, I like this one and not this one, give me around that type, and that can also help improve it. You can give ratings as well for the different values, and you can do it in different sections, which will be really helpful. But let's see here. AI versus the artist, not really true. 1 hour, AI power, creating content the future way. That's close, I don't mind that. Let's add that there. AI unleashed creativity in the digital age. That's pretty good. The AI Creators Lab, Genius by AI, Unboxing Creativity, Imagine AI, The Art No, Creativity Reimagined, and AI Odyssey, not terrible. Beyond Human, AI in Art and Communication. So I don't love these ones. It's interesting. I prefer Gemini's. AI Unleashed. They're similar though with this unleashing. Creativity in the digital age. Putting AI let's creation to the test. Let's use both. Let's combine these. AI Unleashed. Putting AI content creation to the test. Great, that's the new series. What about the description? Welcome to where we put the name of the series. I could have put that in. Where you dive deep into the heart of generative AI to explore and evaluate its very wordy. This one is join the creative resolution as we explore exciting potential of generative AI for different media and content creation. Each episode dives into unique tools and challenges, pushing the boundaries where possible in 1 hour. This is much better. This is to the point, much better. I much prefer that. Let's go with that one. Okay, what about the name for the episode? Gemini versus ChatGPT and AI Showdown for creative content. AI Duel Gemini in the creative. Again, I prefer this one. So it seems that for some of this content creation, it's actually quite good. What about the description? Can 2 powerful language models like Gemini and ChatGPT be the creative muses? We put them to the test, watch for the tackle the same content creation challenges. This is great. It made up the poetry, but I'll need to fix that up, but that's not bad. And what about this one? In a thrilling episode of we put in head-to-head in an unprecedented AI duel to determine which tool excels at generating compelling. Watch as we navigate both platforms, creative content, analyzing and process strengths and weaknesses in real time. Understanding nuances in language. See, it just gets fluffy. Whereas this is really much more to the point and much punchier, which is interesting to see. So I'm going to use this one as well. And then the last part is just finding this image. So let's see how they've both gone. So ChatGPT only did the one, but it does look really good. That's really well done. How did this go? Terribly. Didn't do anything I wanted, not in the way I wanted, and it was just creating general stuff. But you can create more images off it. Choose an image and update. I'm not sure what that does. So it will give me other options in here if it generates. So look there, so I can update to the different version that's available. That's a nice feature. So it generally seems pretty good. I can also share and export through email. That's fun. Modify the response to make them simpler, more casual. That's a really nice feature. There's a lot of good features here to use. This is really bringing in a lot of the competition. Gemini is a huge uplift from using Bard. And I was using that before and comparing the two, and it just really was not of value. I wonder if this can access the internet. The main things happening in the news today. And then let's test this as well. I don't know why it's giving me a link to download the thumbnail. That's weird. But this is good. I will definitely be using this in the first one. This was very quick to get the news. Are these things actually correct? Can I link to them? I have no idea if these are correct. So it tells me my location. It knows that. It talks about the Super Bowl. So it is having access. Can it tell me what today's date is? Today's date. This one can give me access. Yes, so I can actually access this. Oh, that's weird. What does it link to? So they're not real links. They're not actually working. And I'm not sure why that is. That might be on my side. Oh no, that links. I'm not sure. That's very strange. Let's go back to the bottom here. Previously mentioned. So it knows the date and it knows the time. Wow. Is that all correct? Yes. It hasn't changed. That's not true. But that was. Oh no. What about this? What's today's date? Okay. Yes, it knows as well. So for my first video, that was a bit short today, but ran out of time, unfortunately. So how was it comparing the two? I actually really preferred the Gemini experience. I thought the content was better. I had a lot more that I could control and change with it. I didn't love the image generation, but I don't think that's fair. I wasn't comparing like to like. So it would be interesting to compare the two once I can get access to the paid version of Gemini. For the experience overall, I think I got some really good content, much better than I could have created myself, as I'm not a creative person. And I think there was a lot of variety there as well in how it worked through and the options it gave me. So I think that worked well for now, and we'll continue in the future. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode.